What's going on, guys? We are back for another replay analysis. This one of Grapes playing with a teammate, Warden of Winter. Look at them. They even have the same picture. How cute. He is Platinum 1 Division 4 at the time that he sent this, which was about 2 weeks ago. But you can get your replays analyzed patreon.com/Gibbs000. Coaching, free play, replay analysis. If I see the question in YouTube comments again of how do I send me your replay, I'm going to kill you. Just go to Patreon. And then if you have any further questions of like how to actually send it, on the PC, you send it by going into your config files, basically, into your demos folder in the Rocket League thing. And you can grab the replay from there. And then, of course, for PS4 and Xbox, just make a video. You can't send those. And then who knows, with the Switch, I guess make videos for the Switch as well when that comes out. But let's get back into it. We got Grapes. See how this replay goes. Didn't give me much to work on, just like, hey, here's my replay, thank you. So, just go with it. So I like the idea here of him just trying to be a little bit patient, because if this ball gets hit, it's hitting, like, directly towards him. Like, this would have been a great play for him. Like, luckily, actually, Cotton didn't hit that ball. The only thing I would have done maybe here is hustle a little bit more after you see that miss. Maybe move up a bit more, because you see how a RP bender has no chance to hit it, like, off the back of his car. He might, Grapes might not have noticed that at first, but... So I might have, like, hustled a little harder, and then maybe he could have hit this ball right off the wall. Right here would have been his chance to hit it off the wall and center it. Instead, he gets there a little bit later than I was hoping. And then the pesky, you turn the wrong way to air roll. I do that, actually, all the time. That's okay. He gets back up and grabs their boost on the way out, which is good. Good challenge by his teammate. This has turned into a pretty good play. I like where he's positioned. He doesn't want to move up too much because this could be a pretty hard clear, depending on this 50-50. But I like how he was situated there. Now just waiting it out again. He moves up maybe even a little bit more than I would think, because he moves up, but he's playing for the orange win because he's expecting the ball to come this way. And if orange wins this ball, it's going over his head. Like, if he's going to be this close, he should be in the middle of the field trying to play for the blue win. So it's weird. He's playing for the blue win, just in the wrong part of the field. Otherwise, if you're playing for the orange win or playing safer, then you move back a little bit further. So a little bit of a positional error there. And then here, just not a perfect clear. He's got a little bit of time. One thing I probably would have done was boost back towards my own net a little bit more. Hooked around this ball just a bit more to get it more just straight down the field, because he's got a pretty good chance here to make a play. But I guess Cotton was pretty close, though, so it might have been a little bit harder to do. It looked like the ball was too fast for Cotton, but I could be wrong. He misses that last challenge, but he's back on defense now, so all is well. All is well. So his first touch, pretty poor from Warden of Winter. Let's go back to him for a second. See what is going on in his mind. He doesn't grab the boost first off. He's got plenty of time here. Look, the one guy is back in his own corner. Cotton completely whiffs here. He has plenty of time to grab this boost and take this slow. The worst case is Cotton goes for that challenge early and then hits it like up and around the wall, and then it goes right back to his teammate. So he messes that up, and then he also just like flies at this ball for basically no reason. No one's even close to him. Two things he could have done was either drive up the wall, pop it high in the air, and just throw it deep into their end, or let that ball land off the curve and then take a dribble, and then decide from there how he wants to play it. Instead, he flies to it and just kind of goes for a pinch. It's not really the greatest play in the world. It should have been a goal from Cotton, but it wasn't. So honestly, from Grapes' perspective here, it's pretty poor play. I probably would have turned around a little bit quicker. Like, once the ball's slowly rolling out to the other team, you have to be careful of these really hard shots. And he doesn't line it up well on that back wall either. Let's go over Cotton real quick on this play as well, because this should have been a goal. Right here, it's a good clear off the back wall, and just completely misreads this ball off the wall. He's like driving towards the inside post for a really long time. Finally changes his direction. It was way too late at that point, and completely misses it. The Grapes back in that. Good clear here on the poor pass and twos. Like, those are the ones that you want to throw towards the net, try and surprise the guy in case he is going for a shot. Then you can throw it right over. Right here, I would have preferred if he would have jumped probably a little bit earlier. Like, right here, he could probably jump, turn around while flying, and just tap it over Cotton. And this would have confused Cotton and wasted a lot more time for his teammate to get back on defense. Instead, he goes for that backflip save, which honestly, if Cotton would have jumped at that ball at all, which I'm not sure if he had the boost for it, then Cotton could have easily beat Grapes here. But instead, it goes to the middle. Luckily, Orange completely whiffs. Now they're back. Warden of Winter, though, pushes out a little bit too hard there. Ooh, this is a little sketchy. I'm going to go over to Warden of Winter right here for a second. Not sure why he pushes out. Right here, like, he sees the whiff, so maybe he thinks he has more time, but, like, it's still Orange's ball. He's got to be a little bit careful. And, like, I don't mind the boost grab. One thing I would have done was probably spin back towards my net and not spin up. Like, as soon as he spins up here, he should attack at this point. Because you've decided that that is what you're going to try and do. He probably would have attacked fine as well. And at least got a piece of the 50-50. Then he just goes for the miracle save as well here. He front flips back, which after grabbing boost isn't a great idea. When you're trying to make up ground or try to get back somewhere quickly because you have to make a move shortly, you should never flip. Like, that's when you should use your boost. He just picked up 100 boost, unless that was a glitch in the replay. Very possible it was, but I think he has 100 boost. And he flips back, which screws up your positional play completely. Instead, here's where you want to waste all that boost that you just got to be able to position yourself and stay on the ground as long as possible. Instead, because of the front flip, he's got to just try and dive off this wall. He's nowhere around to make a stop. And then Grapes is in net. He's just got to spin around quick. And then the little jump there. Not the greatest play, but it's fine because the ball went wide. Good play by Warden of Winter. Grapes is not there. Let's see if Warden of Winter can score this himself. Looks like he can't. He gets caught on the wall a little bit too much. Now, this play is like a little weird here because, honestly, as soon as Warden of Winter wins that, I probably would have pushed up. Like, use your flips to push up, even if you have no boost, because right now it's a 2-on-0, and it looks like the ball is going to be rolling up the wall in the corner where you can't actually make a play, or you can't score fast enough. If Grapes would have turned around quick enough, he could have flipped over some of those welfare boosts and then been there for that goal. Instead, he leaves his teammate by himself, and he can't do anything with it. Like, there's always concern of, well, what if they do get back quick enough that none of us have boost, and maybe they can counter, like, on us, but it looked like a pretty solid play for them working out. But again, hindsight's 2020. Like, obviously, like, I'm watching these plays as they're happening, like, and we see why it went wrong. So it's a little harder to do in the meantime. Go back here, a couple weird little aerials. Like this one right here, he's going a little too fast. He probably could have done a double pop aerial and actually got a piece of it. That's fine. He leaves it for Warden. He goes to attack this a little bit too late. He's like using boost here or there. But just a bad challenge. Cotton had the ball over him. It happens, though. It's hard to read those sometimes to see exactly what Cotton is going to try and do. Right here, he should fly. He does. He flies a little bit late, but it's not that bad, actually. He's trying to see where Cotton is, and then flies for it. Turns into just a 50-50 with no winner, so it's not the end of the world. Nice little tip there. That's all you want to do is tip it softly so it goes up the wall. And so say that Cotton is not there and he's waiting for that tip. Then he's on the wall, and it's a lot harder to make that shot. So great play there from Grapes. Warden of Winter trying to do this all himself. Almost does it. Grapes leaves. I would have just grabbed their boost, honestly. You see how Cotton has no momentum going forward. Like a 50-50 at worst. Probably banks off the wall that he's facing right now, and he can probably get back in time. I probably would have went for their boost just to boost Starve a little bit. He tries for the flick. It kind of fails, but they still have possession. Oh, he gives up possession there. So when you have 0 boost and your other teammate has 100 boost and is in the back, I personally don't like leaving plays like this. One thing I love to do is just be really annoying to the other team and basically force them to hit it out of their end or force a 50-50 where it just throws right back to my teammate. Like, I wouldn't have given up on that play. Like, I would have probably tried to bother Cotton a lot there. And then eventually the ball probably would have spilled out right to Grapes for an easier play. And when you have 0 boost and you're that front man, like, it's okay to stay there and annoy the other team because you want them to be like, you know what, screw this. He's too close to me. I need to get rid of this ball or make a really big move, and then that goes right back to your teammates. And then, sure, you probably can't help on the offensive side because you have 0 boost, but then that's when you rotate out and grab one of the midfield boosts, and hopefully your teammate as well, since he had an easy first hit, maybe makes a solo play. and scores a goal, or at least continues that pressure while you're grabbing boost. Here, a little bit of poor play from Grapes. Poor aerial again. And we see this a lot in Platinum. Just poor aerials. Just has to get up quicker on that and read that better off the ground. Luckily, it was a miss. And again, a nice light toss into the corner, which is good. I don't actually like the play by Warden to Winter there. He does... Like, it does work for them, but it's really not needed. There's no one around. Like, I guess he sees like RP Bender maybe making a play, but... It's not really needed. It's slowly going back to the orange side. Luckily, he hit it so poorly that it didn't go too far, so they can continue the play. But I don't like really slow balls to the other team. And then we see Grapes finishing this one off. Right there was a good pass by Warden, like right at the end there, right to Grapes. It confuses Orange, and then they're just waiting for boost and not challenging this ball at all. We see Cotton kind of going backwards, like getting confused here by that little tip. Right here, he probably could have jumped and challenged that ball. He forfeits this play way too easily. And once again, even if you have 0 boost here, you can still get in the way of Grapes and make it easier for your teammate. And Cotton does not do that. And then RP Bender, he's waiting on the boost. I don't think the boost was actually there. And then, yeah, he's kind of screwed at that point. So, pretty bad plays by the orange team, but Grapes makes him pay. So, well done. Okay, minute 42 left. Let's see what they got. They're still half flipped. Grab the boost. Sexy. Again, though, bad aerials. Another bad aerial. He's boosting way too much on the ground beforehand. See how much he boosted towards that ball before he even got in the air. The ball is coming right at him. Sure, like if you want a really hard clear, then you want some momentum behind it. But your first priority should be to save the ball. And it's easier to save the ball if you have more time. Basically, by him boosting forward makes him have less time towards that ball. And it doesn't work out there. He doesn't get enough height because he's boosting too much laterally instead of upwards. I guess it would be laterally. Yeah, I guess that's the word. Maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. We'll continue. Now it's a tie game. That was a really quick counter goal by Orange. See what Cotton does. Oh, Cotton doesn't have time to do anything. Warden of Winter putting this one home. Goes off the wall. A little bit of a lucky play. Just kind of falls right on top of it. But we'll take it. Cotton trying to make the clear. Not the greatest clear, but honestly, you can't expect a play like that to happen, so good goal by Warden. A little bit lucky, but hey, sometimes that's all you need. We'll continue. No one goes for the kickoff. That's a little strange. Cotton completely whiffs on the kickoff. And then doesn't go in almost. Now it's in? No. Okay, Warden makes the save. That was a strange turn of events there. Honestly, should have been able to read this off the wall and try and attack that a little quicker. Maybe he thought since they both were near the face-off, neither of them have enough boost, but gotta always be careful around your net when your ball came on, because you just never know when someone's coming. A good dodge by Grapes there to not get demoed by Cotton. It's a solid play and a solid clear as well right after that pass. He even, like, it seemed like he was looking for a demo at first, but I think he just grabbed the boost or it wasn't there. Again, replay bugs. Pretty decent wall hit and gets the second touch. And even if the second touch is not that great, it will still put Cotton on edge and not be able to get as good of a clear, which happens there. Warden of Winter able to clean it up. Now Grapes is just waiting here. Maybe a little bit too close. He seems to be inching extremely close a lot of the time. I personally probably would have just went for that mid boost. I think he grabs this boost as well, but like around midfield is probably that sweet spot. And instead, it goes right around him. He's trying to push a little bit too hard when they're, like they have a 1-goal lead. Say you're down 2, 40 seconds left. I could see that play being fine. But pushing way too hard when you're up a goal. And now you just gave away a free one. Now you're back to tied at 36 seconds. Just a little bit too antsy as that second man back. Waiting this out. Warden making the first play. Like, I like where Grapes was at, because if Cotton does make that play and it goes over Warden, then Grapes is close enough where most dribble moves, then he can come in and clear it out right after. A little bit passive here, but it works because the other guy leaves it. Like, I like that he took his time. That's always a good thing to do in twos when you see the other team, like, forfeit the spot up. And now we're going to overtime after his teammate missed. See how this one goes. We got bonus time. Smart people sending in these replays. Took way too far of a turn there to try and play off that back wall, but it worked out because no one was ready to come in. But dangerous play again off the back wall. Seems like he's not very good on the defensive side when the ball's on the back wall and he can't go for the defensive stop. He's not good at reading it off of it. And that just comes with time. Like, sometimes you just have to force yourself. It seems like he knows he's weak at it, so he just doesn't go for it. Right here, good challenge, good win. Just a little bit too high of a shot. And then Warden with the whiff. But Cotton trying to make dribble plays makes a pretty poor one. And honestly, that should have been a goal. He didn't have to flip there, probably, but I don't think he knew where the other guy was. Warden with the miss. Now he's got to get back in time and play some defense. Pretty easy defensive play there since the guy put the ball in front of him. He can't really do much with it. He should have drove it up the wall to make a better pass. It does get out decently to Cotton, but it was a little bit too fast. Cotton couldn't handle that. Now, Warden in Winter, he has all the time in the world, and again, he flies for it. I don't really like this play. He could have waited for the bounce. Now it's just slowly going to the goalie and turns into ping pong. Luckily, the goalie didn't hit it that well either. Grapes gets a shot. All right, and gets the win. So sometimes, like, that's why I say just, like, do hard high clears. And, like, well, this clear wasn't even high from Warden to Winter, but he just clears it out. And around this platinum level, like, mistakes happen. So sometimes it's better to just have the ball on the other side of the field. I would have preferred him to hit it high on the other side of the field, but it looks like it didn't matter anyway. Bad clear by the goalie. Turns into a free shot for Grapes. And honestly, that should have been saved. Cotton went up the wall. Looks like he was in ball cam, didn't realize that the wall was coming, and the RP couldn't get back as well. But Grapes getting the win. Well done from him. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much, Grapes, for the replay analysis. See how many points he had at the end. There we go. We see 2 goals, 1 save, 4 shots. Pretty even in shots across the board, but some of those aerials were a bit rough, and then he was very passive when the ball would bounce off his back wall. He's got to attack those a little bit quicker. But that's all I got, guys, for this replay analysis. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Love you.